Hi, Schlockmeister fans, a re-review from my previous channel. It's Schlockmeisters, or otherwise known as Little Darlings. Legit DVD release. Let's check it out. From Germany. This is Angel. Kristen McNichol on the left. This is Angel kicking somebody in the balls. Angel's on her way to a summer camp and she doesn't want to go. And Tatum O'Neal plays Ferris, the rich girl. And it doesn't take long before the two of them start to fight. They're virgins.
I think guys are a pain in the ass. Two little virgins, quite. No wonder you're always fighting. So I unleashed energy. That's the problem.
They come up with an idea to have a bet. Which one can lose their virginity first?
It's time our Ferris experiences La Dolce Vita. I'll bet my residual check. For what? Residual check? That Ferris will become a woman by the end of the summer. No. You wouldn't have the guts.
Angel gets in the
You
bet
just
too.
lost $100, sucker. Angel versus Ferris.
And pretty soon, everybody in the camp is betting on them, taking sides.
Eat your heart out, guys.
Ferris sets her sight on Armand Asante, who plays Gary, one of the counselors.
J'ai vu Pardon Manifest 2 fois, je l'ai bien aimé. Parents.
Nice.
Lucky for them, there's a boys' camp nearby.
A blown youth blazed with ecstasy. Oh, woe is me. To see what I have seen. See what I see.
Angel takes a bus without permission. Angel sets her sights on Randy, played by Matt Dillon, while one of the other campers buys condoms.
Every color, I hope it comes out.
Occasionally they seem to get along, including the food fight scene.
How about some whipped cream?
Ferris pretends to drown so that Gary will save her. And here's one of the reasons why this movie is not available on DVD. The soundtrack. Well, she and Randy went, he got drunk and passed
You're
out.
supposed to get turned on, stupid, not pass out.
But they try again at a later date.
I can do it. Yeah. Okay.
But she gets cold feet.
I like you. You really let us down. I'm going to him tonight.
So she does go to him, and she's expecting some sort of romantic evening. But they don't even kiss. He turns her down. Nothing happened, of course.
If I were 21,
I think I'd fall madly in love with you.
Even though nothing happened, she pretends it does, though.
did it. Her face is all shiny.
They're going to try it
Take care
again.
about me a little.
They've got a legitimate romance brewing. And they went all the way.
Virgins are weird, right?
She admits that she was a virgin. I think he was too. So if she admits doing it, it's a tie.
Pay up, please say yes. No, I bet my whole summer last week.
Shut up!
I'm sorry.
It was a game, dummy. We wanted to see who'd get laid first.
I know all about it. Why didn't you tell me it was a game? Better going along with it. An easy lay is an easy lay, right?
I lost. I didn't tell him, get it? But now you're a woman. My whole affair was a lie. Come on. He didn't even touch me.
She can't say the same.
Me and Brent. Okay, we're all in this. If you don't like it, shove it. What good will telling her do? We'll get Gary out of trouble. You're so naive. Nichols won't believe her. She'll just think she's protecting her lover. You're all absolutely Trubik.
This is my friend, Ferris Whitney. My best friend.
All right, let's talk about the movie Little Darlings. First of all, this DVD here. This actually is a legit release DVD from Germany, I believe, under the title Kleinbeister. It's never been released on DVD in this country, and I think even the pre-recorded VHS releases, which I think I actually have, had a couple of the songs missing from it, specifically the John Lennon song Love, which is in there. This has it, though. Great soundtrack, by the way, One Way or Another by Blondie, and the ending theme song, Bellamy Brothers, Let Your Love Flow. That's a fantastic song, too. So, but I think that's why it hasn't been released in this country yet. I think there are some bootlegs floating around that people have taped off of television. Some good quality ones, too. Probably even better quality than this. But it is nice having the original here. So, but anyway, the movie itself is actually a pretty sweet, touching, heartwarming film. It's about two girls who are at summer camp, Tatum O'Neal and Christy McNichol. And Angel is Christy McNichol. She's kind of the tougher kid, and Ferris is the rich, snobby kid. And she's the one, they end up having a contest with each other. Basically, it's who can lose your virginity first. It's kind of, neither one of them started the contest, but it was brought on by this girl named Cinder, who's kind of a bitch. I think she's played by Krista Erickson, I think is her name. So anyway, that's the contest. And Angel sets her sights on Matt Dillon in an early role. He plays a boy at this other camp across the lake. And Ferris sets her sights on Gary, played by Armando Sante, who's a much older camp counselor. Ultimately, she kind of woos him, and she goes to his place. She's expecting to lose her virginity that night, but Gary, being the good counselor that he is, completely shuts her down and says, no. You're underage. I am not. We're nowhere near. This isn't going to work. This can't work, so go home, Ferris. Meanwhile, after a couple of strikeouts, Christy McNichol and Gary finally do the deed as well. So ultimately, Christy McNichol won the bet. They both happened on the same night, by the way. Well, Ferris comes back to the camp, to her cabin, and she pretends that it happened. Then all the girls are waiting to see when Christy McNichol returns, because if she has done it with Gary, it's a tie, and all bets are off. But she comes back and she denies doing anything, and so Ferris ultimately wins. Next thing you know, Gary's getting in trouble at the camp because they think he fooled around with one of the campers, which he obviously didn't do. The girls end up deciding amongst themselves that we have to tell the truth about what happened. Ferris and Angel start to become close to each other, and they both admit the truth to each other, but nobody else does. And ultimately, that's kind of how the movie ends. Cinder, the bitchy girl, gets punched in the nose by Cynthia Nixon, actually, young Cynthia Nixon, who you saw years later in Sex and the City. And then as they're leaving, Angel introduced Ferris to her mother and says, "This is my best friend." and then Let Your Love Flow plays. So it's kind of a sweet moment, actually, that last scene in the movie. So anyway, like I said, this is a good movie. It's very well done. It's very even gritty to a certain degree, especially the scenes with Gary and Angel when they're off in some secluded barn or wherever the hell they were. It just seemed very real, very realistic to me. And it's a cool film. I really like this movie, and I'm sure a lot of people like it too. Like I said, not available on DVD in this country, too bad. Again, when it does come available, I will be right there to buy it. But until then, there's Kleinbeister. So I'll leave a link down below to Kleinbeister if it's available on Amazon. If not, you can probably find this on eBay. I think I got this for a relatively decent price. Otherwise, there are, like I said, bootlegs floating around of people selling the DVD also, DVD-R. So anyway, check it out. Little Darlings, I'm sure everybody's seen this movie. Tell me what you think of it and leave some comments.